Anyway, chúng ta sẽ tiếp tục với bài Pitfall with the smartphones in medicine. Hôm qua các bạn đã hiểu nội dung bài với các phần hỗ trợ về ngữ nghĩa cũng như là các từ vựng. Hôm nay chúng ta sẽ làm các cái bài tập liên quan đến phần comprehension check. Các bạn sẽ có cái nội dung ở trong cái phần file PowerPoint. Bây giờ chúng ta sẽ nói lại thôi. So now you have some statement which is true or false. So the first one is the goal of this article is to present 10 potential drawbacks involving using smartphones in the medical environment. So in this sentence, you have the keyword drawback. So drawback when referring to what you have learned, what you have read, the article, is the title of the article, pitfalls with the smartphone. Okay, so the word pitfalls is just at the meaning of the drawbacks, right, in this sentence. So we can decide that this sentence is okay. So you have the at the middle of the paragraph. The purpose of this commentary is to describe 10 potential pitfalls associated with using smartphone in medical settings. Right? So this sentence is true. So again, please, the first statement is true. Now we come to the next one, the second sentence. The second statement is network barrier. Attain miniaturization or other desired compromises distort the transition of a conversation through the smartphone. Okay, so you can refer to the content in the reading. And again, please, you read to find out the correct the transmission fidelity of the conversation through a smartphone is sometimes distorted, right? Due to network barrier and antenna miniaturization and other desired compromise. Okay, so this sentence is, this statement is true. The next one. We have number 3. Text communication sent by clinicians via smartphones never contain mistakes. Okay, and which evidence in the text you can use to make the proof for this statement true or false. So now referring to the reading, các bạn xem cái phần reading. Clinicians also use smartphones to send text communication that sometimes contain mistaken content. Right? You have the verb contain and you have the noun content. Okay. Mistaken content. That's the key word for this statement. And the other ideas, for example, smartphone provides the dangerous opportunity for an impulsive move to produce Latin embarrassment. Another one, you have the keyword error. And the reader to miss a key point on this error create a need for subsequent classification and potential cascade overlapping, etc. Forms, because you have the keywords in this statement never, right? Never is not true. Okay, now we move on to the next statement, number 4. Sophisticated technology, smartphone with many components may cause inadvertent errors or irritation. Chúng ta có cái từ sophisticated technology, tức là công nghệ tinh vi. Cái chữ sophisticated là tinh vi, còn cái từ hôm qua chúng ta đã học đó là inadvertent. Inadvertent tức là thiếu thận trọng. May cause. Okay. So this sentence, which information in the text you can find to get the answer. Now referring to the reading. We have the fumble messages. Fumble. Chúng ta học cái tính từ fumble tức là vụng về. Và trong đoạn này chúng ta có các cái thông tin để mà trả lời cho câu statement vừa rồi. Okay, smartphone provides a sophisticated technology where one communication can have many components. Component tức là cái bộ phận, such as a subject line, main text, recipient links, and attachments. As a result, there are many opportunities for inadvertent errors and irritation. Okay. Many opportunities for inadvertent error and irritation. So this statement is true. So again, please, sophisticated technology smartphone with many components may cause inadvertent errors or irritation. Okay, true. Now, let's move on to the next one. Number 5. The majority of text messages are not only well intentioned but also very important. Not only but also. Okay. Majority text messages are not only well intentioned but also very important. So, which information in the text can you collect for the as an answer for this question, for this statement? Which one, true or false? Some keyword like majority, not only but also, intention, important. So referring to the text. Missive avalanches. Chúng ta có các cái từ hôm trước mình đã học rồi các bạn. Có missive tức là thông tin gửi đi, thông tin gửi nhận đó gọi là missive. Còn avalanche tức là nhiều, vô kể, dồn dập. Và đây là một trong những cái pitfalls. Okay, one of the pitfalls, one of the drawback. Number 4. Thứ tự là chúng ta có cái drawback này là phần thứ tư trong bài đọc. Và chúng ta lấy lại thông tin để trả lời true or false trong câu hỏi vừa rồi. Well intentioned but not important. Okay. Well intentioned but not important. That's the topic sentence of this paragraph. Đây là cái câu chủ đề của cái đoạn văn này luôn. Cái đoạn này nói về các cái tin nhắn, các cái thư từ nó rất nhiều, rất vô kể, nhưng mà trọng tâm, cái độ quan trọng của nó thì không có, dẫn đến những cái sự phiền phức cho những người không liên quan, gọi là bystander, innocent bystander. Do not wish to participate. Serious mistake occurred if the mock chapter entangled to specific clinicians or other exchanging information about the urgent patient problems. Đó là những cái trở ngại, irritation, khó chịu, gọi là irritation. Vậy chúng ta trở lại cái phát biểu statement number 5. So this sentence is false. Okay. Not important. Now you read the statement number 6. The clinician have a tendency to get a large volume of the unnecessary text with their time. True or false? You have some keyword like large volume of unnecessary text. Have a tendency to waste their time. Okay, so now referring to the text, which bit forms can you get the information to support your answer for this statement number 6? Now we read again. So you have the big forms, Miller checking. Large volume of text, that's not essential. Okay, that's the key idea for this paragraph or the topic sentence. Some other idea to support, like some of the clinician time is weighted by scanning, considering, or delecting extra noise messages. The cause often occur during relatively peaceful movements that could have been reserved for mindful reflection to ponder recent pace and complication, etc. So I'll now get back to the statement. So this sentence is true. Get a lot of volume of unnecessary text, okay, wasted time. So the next one, number 7. Texting or chatting through smartphones while driving is permitted because it does not affect the user. Very easy to decide this sentence is true or false. Because that's the general law, the general prohibition, the general rule for the driver, because of the care, okay, because of the dangers, etc. So this statement, if you referring to the text, so where is it? Surrounding elect. At the extreme, smartphone can be distracting while operating an automobile. Automobile tức là xe cộ. Traffic. Prohibiting talking and texting while driving. Okay. So a law. Liên quan đến cái chủ đề vừa rồi các bạn. Là miss the social cues that signal the discourtesy of ignoring people who are immediately present, etc. So now number 8, phraseology. Phraseology following forms fewer liquids or others misadventures contributes to the high durability of the smartphones. True or false? Các bạn có những cái từ như là phraseology, okay. A few liquid, misadventure, và chúng ta có từ keyword đó là durability, durable. Unanticipated loss. Trong cái phần này các bạn sẽ tìm những cái thông tin cơ bản về cái phần câu trả lời, câu true false vừa rồi. Low, okay. Contribute to low durability. Chúng ta có từ low durability, cho nên là câu này sai nha các bạn. Okay, now number 9, the message. Repetitive checking habits of the clinician should be counteracted by self-discipline or external authority. True or false? The message repetitive check-in habit of clinician should be counteracted. Okay. So now referring to the reading, we can find some information related to this statement. At the middle and the last sentence of the paragraph, you can see the information. Clinicians are perhaps particularly susceptible to repetitive check-in because they may situation time and contain important patient updates that require urgent action. A great deal of self-discipline or external authority is required to counteract addictive behavior. Isn't the nature? Number 10. A stolen smartphone is easily purchased or exchanged. What is it? True or false? You can refer to the sentence 1, 2, 3. The third sentence number 3. Smartphones are also a target for theft because of their multi-functionality, because of clamorous marketing and high purchase price. Okay, with this information as the support of the answer, back to the statement. Chúng ta qua phần 2, đó là các câu hỏi các bạn trả lời. Phần 1 vừa rồi là những câu hỏi true false liên quan đến các cái đoạn văn mình đã phân tích. Câu số 1 của phần 2 này các bạn, đó là what is the contamination? What is the contamination rate for at least one time of microbe on smartphones at the last teaching hospital? Về cái này, phần này thì chúng ta sẽ vào chi tiết của câu hỏi. So you can refer into nosocomial infection. Chúng ta có chuyện nosocomial tức là thuộc về bệnh viện, sự lây nhiễm ở bệnh viện. Okay. Inanimate là vô tri vô giác. Inanimate object can become colonized by organism and propagate infection. For example, one study identified a 42% of contamination rate. So you can collect this information for the answer. Như vậy là cái thông tin 42% này chúng ta sẽ trả lời. Câu hỏi số 2 các bạn. What is the potential risk if a clinician checks a contaminated smartphone during the encounter with the patient, then continue to contact with another one? What is the potential risk? So which parts of the written text are related to this question? You can read something at the beginning, at the middle of the paragraphs, okay? For example, the potential risk, right? The keyword here is the potential risk of the communicable disease transmission. It's more relevant if the clinician washes his or her hands at the start of the patient visit, checks the contaminated smartphone during the encounter, and then continue with the patient contact, etc. The risk of disease transmission. Okay. What's the potential risk? So the answer is the risk of disease transmission. Tức là lây truyền bệnh. That's the question number 2. Now continue with the question number 3. Câu hỏi số 3 các bạn. What will the engineer create to make easy decontamination akin to the features in modern colonoscopes? Colonoscope tức là cái thiết bị nội soi dạ dày. Colon tức là thuộc về intestine. Scope means that instrument for examination. An instrument for examination. I mean that scopes. Okay. Colon referring to intestines. Intestine tức là ruột. Rồi chúng ta tìm các thông tin trong bài đọc. Can refer into the text. The last sentence, you can see the information for the answer of this question. In the future, engineer may develop an encasing technology that allows easy decontamination akin to the feature in modern colonoscopes. Okay. So in this sentence, in the last sentence, you can see the key point: encasing technology, develop an encasing technology. Chúng ta có chữ encasing tức là bao bọc, là có cái làm tạo cái khung encasing. So now you get the answer for the question. An encasing technology. Okay. Now question number 4. What do smartphones usually include in the clinical practice? So we come to the last part of the last drawback of the smartphone. That is the breach the confidentiality. Smartphone in clinical practice often contain sensitive patient data that needs to be protected to maintain the confidentiality. Okay, exclude digital photograph, sign out, lips, patient messages. Password protection helps mitigate. Thì nhắc lại trong cái phần này các bạn có cái chủ đề đó là những cái thông tin bí mật gọi là confidentiality, là confidential message, confidential information. Breach tức là bị rò rỉ. So now you get back to question. Smartphone usually include in the clinical practice. And what's the answer? So the answer is a sensitive patient data. Sensitive patient data. Các bạn qua câu hỏi tiếp theo đó là what can temporary smartphone malfunction arise from? Myth of the dependability. Chúng ta lưu ý lại cái chữ dependability, tức là cái tính đáng tin cậy, độ tin cậy. Tức là sự độ tin cậy nó chưa chắc, nó không rõ ràng, là myth of the dependability. Và trong cái nội dung này chúng ta có những cảnh báo về cái độ tin cậy, đặc biệt là của thiết bị the smartphone. Okay. Clinicians may remain unaware of the gap and mistakenly interpret an action of received messages as indicating an action of inbound messages. Okay. Temporary smartphone malfunction can arise from diverse sources, including the individual or the system. So that's the information we can get to answer the question. Now get back to the question. Again, please, what can temporary smartphone malfunction arise from? And here the answer: diverse sources, including individual or the system. Okay, question number 6. What should clinicians do because of the unreliable form of communication? So we have the keyword in this question, unreliable form. Unreliable. What should the clinician do? Okay, now find the information for the answer. You can refer to the text also in the part of myth of the dependability. And you have the notice on the last sentence. Like many other aspects of care, clinicians need to follow up and double check, because no form of communication is always reliable. Okay, that's the point for the answer. Follow up and double check. Continue with the 7.1. Why should we use the password protection? Okay, so we have the again about the confidentiality, strict confidentiality. So indeed, in this part, you easily find the keyword password protection. 1, 2, 3, and you can see line number 4. Password protection helps mitigate the risk. Okay. Mitigate the risk of breach. Yet, such a safeguard are never perfect. That's the key points for the question. Mitigate tức là giảm nha các bạn. To minimize. Giảm đến mức độ thấp nhất, nó là mitigate the risk of breach. Okay. That's the answer, to mitigate the risks of the breach. And question number 8, how many pitfalls are described for practicing clinicians who use smartphone during active patient care? So in the parts of summary, you can refer to the number of pitfalls. The purpose of this review to describe 10 potential pitfalls. Okay. Something repeats of the introduction part. Who use smartphone during active patient care? Okay. So easily you get the answer. 10 potential pitfalls. We continue with question number 9. Why should clinicians be aware of specific pitfalls of using smartphone during active patient care? Why should a clinician be aware of these pitfalls? Why? So where is it we can get the information? So the last sentence of the part of summary, an awareness of specific pitfalls might help the clinician harness more of the benefits and avoid some of what. Okay. Again, please awareness of specific pitfalls might help a clinician harness. You have the word harness mean that to exploit, harness có nghĩa là khai thác các bạn. Động từ này có nghĩa là tận dụng, là khai thác. More of a benefits. So the answer for this question need to harness more of the benefit and avoid some of the problems. And the question number 10, what benefit may the readers attain after reading this article? What benefits may the reader That's the answer for this question. Help guide future engineering research that seeks to mitigate the problems with the current smartphones. So now there are two questions for you after learning this kind of article. In general, this article is about the problems of using smartphone, especially in the medical practice. And specifically, there are 10 problems. There are 10 pitfalls. We call the word pitfall as a problem or drawback. There are 10 pitfalls. Now you can name them, give names of them. So what are they? Can you remember? Can you write down? 1, 2, 3, 4 to 10. Okay, that's the number one. Name of the 10 pitfalls. And the second question is, what should we do to overcome the pitfalls? Okay. So in the article, in each pitfall, you also provided the solution for each problems. Can you remember? Can you text or write down some idea as the solution for each pitfalls? That's the questions for you after finishing reading of the article. Okay. This is one of the example for the question. Okay, pitfall 1 about audio distortion. Okay. Now let Privly get over, or you can look through the article one more time to see the 10 pitfall again. Okay. Okay, so we have just finished an article about pitfalls with a smartphone in medicine, and continue with the last topic for the reading is about tackling disparities in influenza vaccination in primary care. It's text team. Okay, this is another times article. You also you will study like the before topic we have finished. Okay. Như vậy chúng ta sẽ qua cái một bài báo tiếp theo, phần cuối cùng của phần reading các bạn, đó là tiêu đề Tackling Disparity in Influenza Vaccination in Primary Care. Và đây cũng là một dạng article giống như bài trước đó chúng ta vừa mới hoàn tất. Cũng giống như phần học trước các bạn đọc bài. Ok, chúng ta đọc bài, sau đó là chúng ta học các từ vựng, hiểu nội dung bài, và làm các bài tập yêu cầu. Thì đó là cái phần tiếp theo. Như vậy là các bạn tự đọc bài trước nha. Chúng ta sẽ đọc từng đoạn văn, từng paragraph một để hiểu lấy thông tin trước đi. Sau đó thầy sẽ hỗ trợ sau. Trước mắt các bạn đọc trước này, hoặc là các bạn có thể chụp nội dung đề bài về chúng ta đọc để lấy thông tin trước. Ok. Chúng ta đã có một số ý về cái bài đọc này, và chúng ta sẽ phân tích bài trong cái buổi sắp tới về từ vựng các câu hỏi liên quan. Ok, như vậy các bạn có thể ngưng ở đây. Chúng ta sẽ hẹn gặp lại vào thứ Hai tuần sau nhé các bạn. Ok, goodbye, thank you.